Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today as we're talking about the upcoming Hell in the Cell 2016 show. I'll honestly tell you this. I'm not that excited about Hell in the Cell 2016. I don't even know anything that I'm really excited. Like, normally with the last few pay-per-views, I've been able to at least say, well, at least there's this one match that I'll really watch. And I'll make sure that when I come home on Sunday from work, I'll watch that one match, and I'll be able to say that I'm glad that I have the WWE Network and I was able to have the show. I'll honestly tell you this. I don't think that we've had a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view show that's been this bad since 2010. And I've never really been high on Hell in the Cell being its own pay-per-view because of the fact I think that when one wrestler challenges another wrestler and puts it all on the line to make it a Hell in the Cell match, it should be surprising, almost like jaw-dropping. I understand that we had everything all dropped on us all in one night, so I don't think that WrestleMania 32 is the best example to use. We have Shane come back. We have Shane tell Vince he wants a match at WrestleMania. Vince says his match is going to be with Undertaker, and then immediately Hell in the Cell dropped on us. But go back to like WrestleMania 28. You're putting the puzzle pieces together. You know that Triple H and Undertaker are going to be having a match, but they keep on pushing the storyline of this match going to happen. So when finally the match is announced and the match is going to be coming together, it's told we're going to have the match inside of a Hell in the Cell. My jaw dropped. I had never seen a Hell in the Cell match live. I thought that WrestleMania 27's match between Undertaker and Triple H was one of the best matches that I ever saw in my life. And then here we are doing it again at WrestleMania 28. Triple H is going out there fighting for his legacy. He's fighting for Shawn Michaels' legacy. He's fighting for Undertaker's legacy, making sure that he wants to have a good match. And I just thought that we were going to have the best WrestleMania of all time. We already had Rock versus John Cena. I think that they were putting together Jericho versus CM Punk, which I thought was going to be a very, very good wrestling match. I thought that easily with those three matches, that was a triple main event that was going to put it over the top. Now, here we are today, Hell in the Cell 2016. They're pushing a triple main event of your Universal Championship, your United States Championship, and your Women's Championship. All these matches happening in the Hell in the Cell. Normally, back in the day, Hell in the Cell was only used once a year. Whether if that was, I believe, the No Way Out show, I think they used it at Backlash. They used it at the In Your House, like with the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. You had that horrible one at WrestleMania 15 with Undertaker and Big Show. Honestly, because of the fact you can look at your calendar, and your calendar says, in October every year you're going to have the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view, you know what's coming. It's not going to be a surprise. Normally you look at what feuds are going down around SummerSlam, and you're like, they're going to fight in August, September, and then October, they'll finish this feud up in the Cell, and then they'll go in a new direction. I think everybody notices that everybody fights for 3 months. You have one guy win one match, the other guy win the next match, and then, whoa, what do you know? The third match is the match that really means something in the long run, even though most of the time, everybody only remembers the first match. I don't really see anything on this show that I'm saying, like, I can't wait till I get home. I'm going to make sure I check this out. It's like I'm going to have to play off what everybody else says. I'll more than likely come home, check out and see who made some YouTube reviews on the show, watch those reviews, and see what matches they're telling me to go check out from the people that I watch their videos and respect what they think. But nothing really is blowing it out of the water as anything that's really going to be big. They have a 6-man Cruiserweight Championship. It's to the point now where almost like the Cruiserweights are being the new Divas Revolution. I'm thinking that they thought that, you add these Cruiserweights, people were really excited about the Cruiserweight Classic, and, now that these guys are on Raw, it's going to be the best show of all time. And it's almost like they see it's not working, so they just keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. So now we got TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick wrestling for the Cruiserweight Championship on the show, as well as having this 6-man on the pre-show. I don't give a damn about this. I hope that Cedric Alexander has a good showing. I'm hoping that Drew Gulak has a good showing as well. But I don't really see anything coming out of these 6 guys on the pre-show. From there, we go to talking about matches that they didn't even have enough time on Monday Night Raw to promote. They waited until Tuesday and just tweeted them out. It sort of shows you what WWE thinks about these matches as well. You've got Bayley versus Dana Brooke, Enzo and Big Cass going up against Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson. These matches, to me, honestly, are just sort of fillers. I'm praying that Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson can find a way to cheat to win, because they haven't won a match in a long, long time. No matter if it's a singles match, if it's a tag match, they lost their feud to the New Day. I believe they lost to him 3, maybe 4, if not even 5 times, counting Monday Night Raw matches and pay-per-view matches, dating back to, I believe, SummerSlam weekend. And every time I got my hopes up, thinking that these guys were going to put the tag team division on notice. The night after losing their last match, they put the tag team division on notice, came out, started kicking everybody's ass. They still can't win matches. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing with these guys. I hold them right here on my heart. I love them dearly. I was a big fan of them on Talkin' Shop. I was a big fan of them in the Bullet Club. I thought that when they signed with WWE, they were going to be, gangbusters, almost to the point of what, like, AJ Styles is. Still don't understand why they really broke them up. AJ Styles is holding his own on SmackDown, but how much better would he be if he had 2 guys backing him up? I don't want the new NWO running, ruckshot over SmackDown, but every big-time heel needs to have some backup in his corner. From there, we talk about Bayley versus Dana Brooke. I don't understand how Dana Brooke isn't just crushing fools left and right. I love that chick. I think she's, one of the best-looking girls that there is on the roster. As big as she is, she shouldn't be losing to anybody. Dana Brooke should get the win against Bayley, but I think that Bayley will probably get the win. From there we go into talking about the tag teams. We've got New Day going up against Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus won a non-title match on Monday Night Raw, hyping up the fact that they had a championship match, less than a week later at Hell in a Cell. Definitely New Day's going to find a way to beat Cesaro and Sheamus, but they looked like a force on Raw, but it was a non-title match. TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick, one of the most mixed up storylines of all time. Brian Kendrick is now asking for TJ Perkins to let him win. I don't see TJ Perkins letting him win, but it would be sort of cool if maybe Brian Kendrick was able to start some sort of a stable, and TJ Perkins would be somebody working underneath him because of the fact that he owes him one, because Brian Kendrick let TJ Perkins sleep in his house. Brian Kendrick is saying this is his last chance. This is all he has left. Maybe he doesn't want to be a part of WWE. Maybe he doesn't want to be on the main roster. Maybe he just signed sort of a short-term deal. He comes in, he loses a few matches to TJ Perkins, lends his name credibility, lends his story to being a part of TJ Perkins' life, and maybe he just goes back to running his wrestling school and his wrestling promotion in Southern California. From there, we go to Sasha Banks versus Charlotte inside of the Hell in a Cell. I think that Charlotte's going to get the win in this match. Then we talk about Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. This is the only video that I haven't been able to make about Hell in a Cell. I wasn't able to make one on the Universal Championship match because of the fact that I ran out of time. But in this match, I think that Kevin Owens is going to keep the championship against Seth Rollins. I think we're built up for some sort of a storyline surprise, whether that is the emergence of Chris Jericho, him turning on Kevin Owens, but then that doesn't make sense because then how does Owens not lose the belt to Rollins? But somebody new coming into either Monday Night Raw, somebody new coming into the Universal title picture, something's going to happen. I think that definitely something has to happen with that. And then we go to Roman Reigns going up against Rusev. I am also embarrassed that when I made my video about Roman Reigns versus Rusev, I forgot that Roman Reigns had won the United States Championship. I thought that he was challenging for the title, and I was trying to find a way for him not to win the title, but to beat up Rusev inside of this match. I don't think this is the match that Roman Reigns loses the championship. I think that Roman's going to beat Rusev, but the feud definitely is going to continue, even though the Hell in a Cell is supposed to be like an end-all, be-all for feuds. it is what it is. But hopefully Roman will lose his championship and be able to get out of that picture and be able to look like he is a big deal on Monday Night Raw.